আজকে আমরা আলোচনা করব trigonometric ratios of associated angles. Already we know or we learned in the earlier classes that sine 90 degree minus theta is equal to cos theta. Cos 90 degree minus theta is equal to sin theta. Tan 90 degree minus theta is equal to cot theta. Cot 90 degree minus theta is equal to tan theta. Cosec 90 degree minus theta is equal to sec theta. And sec 90 degree minus theta is equal to cosec theta. But the other trigonometric ratios of associated angles like sine 180 degree minus theta or sine 180 degree plus theta, like that, how we can evaluate? In this case, sine 180 degree is written as 2 into 90 degree minus theta. Fine. Now here the multiplier is 2, that is even number. It is an even number. So if it is even number, then sine becomes sine. That means the ratio becomes unchanged. Okay. So now sine theta. Now we have to check the sign of this. We know in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. In first quadrant, all are positive. In second quadrant, sine are positive. In third quadrant, tan is positive. And in fourth quadrant, cos is positive. So 180 degree minus theta. Fine. So starting from here, so it is 90, it is 90, 180 degree. Minus theta means in this quadrant. So the angle lies in the second quadrant. So second quadrant is for sine. And it is, we are evaluating the value of sine, therefore it is positive. So sine 180 degree minus theta is equal to sine theta. Fine. Similarly, cos 180 degree minus theta. Now we may write cos of 2 into 90 degree minus theta. Fine. Now the multiplier is 2, so it is even number, so cos becomes unchanged, so cos theta is definite. But we check the sign. So here it is 90, it is 90. 180 minus theta. So the angle lies in the second quadrant, but second quadrant for sine. Sine is only positive here, therefore it is minus cos theta. So cos 180 degree minus theta becomes minus cos theta. Okay. Similarly, we may evaluate tan. Tan 180 degree minus theta equals to, we may write tan 2 into 90 degree minus theta. Therefore, as it is 2 is multiplied even number, so it is tan, but here also it lies in the second quadrant, so it is minus tan theta. So tan of 180 degree minus theta is equal to minus tan theta. Fine. Similarly, for other angles like cosec 180 degree minus theta, so we may write cosec 2 into 90 degree minus theta. So it is cosec theta definitely, and it is lies in the second quadrant. Therefore, sine and cosec, sine and cosec both are positive here. So here it is cosec of 190 minus theta is equal to cosec theta, and sec of 180 minus theta. Therefore, we may write sec 2 into 90 degree minus theta, that is equal to sec theta, but it is in the second quadrant, 2 into 90, so 90 and 90 minus theta, so it is lies in the second quadrant, so it is minus sec theta. And cot 180 degree minus theta is equal to, similarly we may write minus cot theta. We may evaluate like that. Cot of 2 into 90 degree minus theta is equal to minus cot theta. Okay. And the other angles. What about sine 90 plus theta? Okay, sine 90 degree plus theta. So we may write sine 1 into 90 degree, may write 1 into 90 degree plus theta. Okay, so 1 is odd number. So if we multiply with odd number, then it is changes. So sine becomes cos theta. Now the sine. So it is 90 degree, means this one 90 plus theta means it lies in the second quadrant. So sine is positive here. So it is cos theta. So it is cos theta. Okay. So it is cos theta. And cos of 90 degree plus theta, similar, cos 1 into 90 degree plus theta is equal to sine. It is odd number, so it is changes. So it is cos sine theta, and 90 degree plus theta means it is the quadrant of sine. So it is minus sine theta. Okay. So it is minus sine theta. Similarly, we may write tan 90 degree plus theta is equal to tan of 1 into 90 degree plus theta is equal to cot theta, as it is odd number, then it is cot theta, but the angle lies in the second quadrant, so it is minus cot theta. Then cosec 90 plus theta is equal to cosec 1 into 90 plus theta is equal to cosec theta. Cosec 90 plus theta is equal to it is 1 is multiplied here, so it is sec theta. It is sec theta, and sec of 90 plus theta is equal to sec of 1 into 90 plus theta is equal to cosec theta, and minus, it is lies in the second quadrant. Okay, so it is minus cosec theta. So it is very simple that if we multiply it with odd number with the 90 degree, then the particular ratio is changes with corresponding one, and if we multiply it with the even numbers, then the angle is becomes ratios becomes unchanged, remain unchanged. Then we have to find the angle, that is in which quadrant the angle lies, particularly first, second, third, fourth. Then first, if it is lies in the first quadrant, all are positive, then the angle becomes positive. In the second quadrant, sine and cosec is positive, as third and fourth quadrant, tan cos. As we know, all sine, tan, cos. Then we evaluate such one. So we may easily do the other trigonometric ratios of associated angles like that. Sine 270 degree plus theta. So what is it? So it is sine, we may write sine 3 into 90. Okay, 270 becomes written as 3 into 90. So it is odd number. So if it is odd number, then the angle changes, that is sine becomes cos, then 3 into 90. So this one is a 90, this is another 90, and this one is another 90. So 3 into 90, that means 270 degrees here, plus theta. So it lies in the fourth quadrant. So it is lies in the fourth quadrant. As fourth quadrant, cos is positive here, and we are evaluating sine, therefore it is minus cos theta. Therefore it is minus cos theta. Fine. Similarly, cos of 270 degree plus theta, that is cos of 3 into 90 degree plus theta. So it is odd number, so it is sine, then it is lies in 90, 90, 90 and plus theta. So it is in fourth quadrant, so it is cos, so it is cos of 270 plus theta is equal to sine theta. So it is cos, the quadrant is particularly cos is positive here, so it is sine theta. Similarly, we may write very quickly. So tan of 270 plus theta, that means we may write tan of 3 into 90 plus theta. So it is cot theta, and 270 plus theta, so it is cos theta, it is minus cot theta. Fine. So it is minus cot theta. Cot of 270 plus theta, so we may write cot of 3 into 90 plus theta, so it is minus tan theta. Okay, so it is minus tan theta. Similarly, cosec of 270 plus theta, that is sec theta, so it is minus sec theta. In fourth quadrant, it lies in the fourth quadrant. So sec of 3 into 90 plus theta is equal to cosec theta, and it is cos is positive, so it is plus cosec theta. Okay. And what about the remaining, that is sin 270 minus theta? Sin 270 degree minus theta. So we may write sin 3 into 90 degree minus theta. Therefore we may write it is odd multiplied, so it is cos theta. So it is cos theta, and here 390 degree minus theta. So it is 90, 90, 80, and another 90. So 270 minus theta means this is in the third quadrant. So third quadrant, tan is positive here, so it is minus cos theta. So it is minus cos theta. And similarly, cos of 270 degree minus theta. So cos 3 into 90 degree minus theta. So we may write here it is sin theta. And similarly, tan is positive here, so we may write here it is minus sin theta. Similarly, tan of 270 minus theta is equal to tan of 3 into 90 minus theta, that is cot theta, and here tan is positive, so it is plus cot theta. Okay, so we can calculate in this way. So first we have to check the multiplier which is multiplied with the 90. If it is even number, then the particular angle remain unchanged. If it is odd number, then it is changes to the corresponding angle. Means sin becomes cos, cos becomes sin, sec becomes cosec, cosec becomes sec, tan becomes cot, and cot becomes tan. Okay, then we have to find the sine of the angle, that is from the this four quadrant, all sine, tan, cos, that particular which quadrant the angle lies, then we will find out the particular angle of this ratios. Now sin n into 360 degree minus theta. N is an integer, so if n is odd and n if maybe n is even, so if suppose if sin n is odd, that's 1 into 360 degree plus theta. So what we may write, that is sin 1 into 4 into 90, that is 360 is calculated as 94 into 90 plus theta. So if it is odd number, when it is multiplied with an even number, so it becomes an even number. Then we may write here, that is sine is here also. Fine. So sine is here. Now 360 plus, so this angle is 360 plus theta, means it lies in the first quadrant. In first quadrant, all angles are positive, so we may write here it is sine theta. And sine n into 360 minus theta. So if n is 1, then we may write, if sine is n is 1, so we may write here. So in this case it is in this case it is 1 to 4 is 4, so even number, so it becomes sine, so it becomes sine theta, and 360 minus theta, so it is 90, 90, 180, 270 and 360. 360 minus theta, so it lies in the fourth quadrant where cos is positive, so it becomes minus sine theta. So it becomes minus sine theta. Okay, so it becomes minus sine theta. Similarly, we may calculate for others also, that is cos of 90 minus. So if we write that cos of 360 plus theta, so here also we may write like that, cos of 1 into 4 into 90, so it is even, so it is cos theta, so it is cos theta. 360 plus theta means first quadrant, so it is plus cos theta. Similarly for tan, if we write tan here, so it is also in the similar form, it is plus tan theta. Okay, and for cos of n into 360 minus theta, so we may write here cos of 1 into 90 into 4 minus, sorry, it is writing such a way, 4 into 90 degree, and so it is even number, so it becomes cos, so it is become cos, and it is in the fourth quadrant, lies in the fourth quadrant, therefore it is plus cos theta. Okay, so it is plus cos theta. Similarly for tan, n into 360 minus theta, so it is even number, so it is tan, and it is in fourth quadrant, so it is minus tan theta. Fine. Now if the n is even number, so if sine n into 360 degree plus theta, so if n is even, so we may write it here 2 into 4 into 90 degree plus theta. So 2 into 4 8, it is also even number, so it becomes sine, and 360 plus theta, so it is 90 into 4 into 2, so it is 720, it is 720, so it is one full complete circle is 360, another one is 360, so it is 720, so it becomes sine theta. Okay, so it becomes sine theta. So in this way we can evaluate all the associated angles of the trigonometric ratios very easily. Thank you. Watch my video and please like and subscribe.